Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Hello everyone. Now students, let's talk about our next topic here, that is Parliament or Union Legislature. Now there is a point that you need to understand. Now before starting or talking about the Union Legislature or our Parliament, let's have a brief recap of what we learned in our last topic. So in our last topic, we talked about the meaning of parliamentary democracy. We understood that Parliament is a representative body, right? And when I say representative body, you can say that the elected representatives, they are sitting in the Parliament, they are the members of the Parliament, and they have the responsibility of making the laws, right? And the executive branch, they have the responsibility of executing or implementing the laws. And also, when we are talking about the executive and the legislative branch, so we know that the executive branch, they have to look upon the Parliament, right, when they are making the decisions, and the Parliament, they have the power to vote for no confidence motion, which I taught in the last topic here, right? So here we can say that Parliament, they have a lot of responsibilities, they have a lot of powers, or they have several roles to perform. So here in this topic, we are going to understand the meaning of Parliament again. We are going to understand that what are the several roles that Parliament can perform. Okay? But here, before understanding that point, you are seeing this term, that is Union Legislature. Now you might be wondering that, ma'am, what is this Union Legislature? And why are we referring Parliament as the Union Legislature? This might be a question that can come in your mind, right? So when we are talking about the Union Legislature, if you remember, at the starting of this chapter, I told you about the fact that India is a federation, right? So sharing of power between the central government and the state government. Now there are 2 points that we learned there. The central government and the state government, they are sharing power. I also told you that India is a quasi-federal, that the central government, they have more powers, right? They have certain advantages over the state government. So we do not have full-fledged federation, right students? Now when we are referring to the term Union Legislature, it means that we are talking at the national level, okay? We are not talking at the state level. Here we are talking at the national level, the Parliament at the national level, that consists of two houses, the Lok Sabha and the Raj Sabha, okay? And when we will talk about the state legislature, it means that we are talking about the assemblies, the legislative assemblies at the state level, Vidhan Sabha, Vidhan Parishad, okay? So these are certain points that you should keep in mind here. Now, Parliament is the supreme institution of the people and a symbol of their freedom and sovereignty. Don't you agree with this point, students? Yes. Now, when we are talking about Parliament, we know that it is the supreme legislative body. They have full rights, full responsibility of making the laws. Now, this is an image from the Lok Sabha, the session of Lok Sabha. In our last topic also, we learnt about the session of Lok Sabha, right students? So you can see the members that they are standing here, they are discussing over several issues, right? So here what happens in the Lok Sabha, we have the speaker, okay? We have the members from the ruling party, we have the members from the opposition parties as well, and they are discussing over several issues, right? That people can have their grievances that are being discussed. It can be related to corruption, it can be related to any state issue, that any state is suffering such issue. So the member there can also refer to those points related to national issues. It can be related to terrorism, it can be related to defense, it can be related to external affairs, any issue related to the country, okay? So here all those discussions are happening in this Parliament, okay students? So it is the supreme institution of the people. Now why are we saying it as the supreme institution of the people? It means that people who have directly elected their representatives, they are sitting here on the behalf of the common people to take decisions on their behalf, right? So this is the very essence of democracy, and this is what our country represents. Okay students? Also, it is a symbol of their freedom and sovereignty. Now, what is the meaning of sovereignty? It means supreme authority, holding or having supreme power or supreme authority. This is a point that you need to understand. So, Parliament has the supreme authority in making or discussing the laws, changing the laws or amending the laws. The next point here is Parliament is much more than a legislative body. Now, it just does not only have the responsibility of making laws. There are certain other things also that the Parliament, they have these responsibilities. So, let's have a look at these responsibilities here. Okay. Political and financial control over the government. Now, what are certain activities, certain responsibilities of the Union Legislature here? The first one here being political and financial control over the government. Now, this is an important point, that they have financial control over the government. They take care of the budget, right? So, budget is prepared in the Lok Sabha, and also what amount, what fund should be allocated to different sectors. It is also decided here. Okay, and the members, they have to pass the budget. So they have financial control over the government. Apart from that, political control. We all know that major decisions are happening here by the members of the Lok Sabha or Raj Sabha also, right? Apart from that, representation and expression of grievances. Now here, like I told you, that they are our representatives. The members of the Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, they are the representatives. Okay, students? So they have full right to represent and express the grievances of people, the common people, their ideas, their thoughts, their issues are being raised in the Parliament. Resolution of conflicts. Now, what do we understand by resolution of conflicts here? It means that whenever there is a situation, right, situation of chaos, situation where people are not able to solve the issue, right, they are not able to understand what to do. If a situation of conflict has arisen, so what is happening? They have the full right to resolve that. They have the full right to correct it. They have the responsibility to correct all the conflicts that are arising, whether it's in the society that we are talking about, whether it's in any part of the country that we are talking about. So the Parliament has full right, or even if we are talking about the members, the parties itself. So they have the responsibility of resolving the conflicts that are there in the country or any issue related to any issue. Apart from that, another important or major responsibility is that of national integration. Now, what is this point? National integration. Here we have to understand, students, that Parliament is now the foundation stone, right? When we are talking about legislature, when we are talking about the executive branch, so they have the responsibility of taking major decisions. Now, when we are talking about the major decisions, it is related to the welfare of the common people, taking care of the common people, maintaining the law and order as well, right? To live in a civilized society, we need it. Okay, so national integration, keeping people together, and to live in a society where people are living peacefully, and they have this idea that when we are talking, let's say a phrase, unity in diversity. So people here in our country belonging to from diverse backgrounds, they are living together, they are living peacefully. Parliament also has the responsibility to see that each and every, let's say we are talking about the administration, we are talking about the law and order, they are working to keep this peace, to avoid chaos in our country, to keep the national integration, to have this, to keep people together, to bring them together. These are certain points that you have to understand here. Not just making laws, but to ensure that people are living peacefully in our country and looking over the welfare of the common people. Okay, so these are some of the important responsibilities, and that is why we understand that Parliament is really essential for the country, right? So here in our next topic, we are going to refer to this topic, to this issue, or to this point, that why do we need a Parliament? Okay, students, we have understood some of the points, that what are some of the roles or functions of the Parliament. In our next section, we will understand why actually we do we need a Parliament. Thank you.